Hi, I'm Imogen. Thanks for clicking on this video. I make plant-related content every week, and today I'm doing a few tasks in my garden just to tidy it up because I have quite a lot of new growth coming up and generally need to tidy it up a bit. I actually filmed a few clips a couple of weeks ago of making a start on some garden tasks, so I'll insert those now and then come back and tell you what I'm actually doing today. Okay, so firstly I wanted to tackle my hanging basket. As you can see, I've ignored this and it just has weeds growing in there now. So I took out the old liner and contents and put in a nice fresh one which already looks so much better. Then I filled it up with soil, and I also added some of these Miracle-Gro moisture retaining beads, which I've had for ages, and I just mixed them in with the compost. In terms of plants for the basket, I had 2 verbena from my recent trip to Loxley Garden Centre, which I also filmed if you haven't seen that already. And then I went to B&M and got this white flowering aubrietta, which was £2.50, and I thought would be good for filling out the pot. So I planted those 3 up into the basket. And then because they obviously haven't grown in yet, I thought it looked a little bit sparse. So I looked at my other pots and got this little viola, so just popped that in the empty space. And then I hung it up and I think it looks really good. Next on my list was filling this green pot. Somehow in some spare plastic pots I had some bluebells growing. Now I definitely didn't plant them, so I'm not really sure where the bulbs came from, but I thought that they would look quite nice in the pot. They were in really dry clay soil, so I separated them out from each other and was careful not to damage the bulb or roots while I was doing that. So as you can see, I ended up with lots of separate plants. And then I simply potted them all up together in the green pot. Hopefully they will flower soon, but this is what the end result looked like. And now back to the present a few weeks later. I had a load of annuals, I think it was called bacopa, around the edge of my flower beds. They've all died back now and I just haven't got around to taking them out until now. So firstly I'm going to take these out. You might be able to tell that a cat has actually already made a bit of a start on digging these up. I think it kind of thinks that our flower beds are its litter tray, so I'm going to pull those out to start with. Okay, so I've got rid of most of the dried up annuals. I then have a few of these diosma, so that one's looking a bit unhappy. That one's kind of alright, it's got some new growth on, as well as some flowers. And this one, I think is actually too close to the plant behind. But I'm going to cut the dry parts off those plants to hopefully tidy this up a bit. Both of those are looking a bit better. Now I'm going to cut back my lavender, which I forgot to do at the end of flowering season last year, but I've still got quite a lot of new growth unfortunately, with these sort of dried bits as well. So I'm going to cut back the dried bits. I don't know what this plant is. I don't remember planting it, so it might just be a weed, but I don't really mind it. I'll just cut this top bit off and see what it grows into. Okay, all of the lavender is looking a bit better and I'm kind of happy with that. But obviously you can see I've just got lots of bare soil, so I really need to either get some more plants and plant them up, maybe move some around because I've got quite a lot of pots and the plants could possibly go in the ground. But I don't know, I quite like the quite kind of filled in look. So in this corner I've got a fern, the lavender, and this plant which I think begins with an S. I want to say salvia, but I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen if I find out what it's called. I've got some bluebells come up, which I didn't plant, but it looks really nice, sort of all intermingled in. So I'm going to leave the bluebells there and yeah, try and find some plants for around the edges. I do wish my lavender was a bit bushier, but that's my fault for not cutting it back last year. But I guess it'll do for now. I'm just glad it hasn't died back completely. And now I'm just going to water them all because we haven't had rain in a few days. Next, I have these two very dead strawberry plants, which I've just sort of ignored, and they're in some pots that don't have holes in, so I think they've kind of got a bit soaked. So I'm going to get rid of these. And then I have a few of these strawberry runners, which someone gave me in exchange for some indoor house plants. So I'm going to pot those up in plastic pots, so I'll hopefully have some strawberries later in the year. And I think that's going to be it for today. I am also doing some gardening in my front garden, but I think I'm going to put that into a separate video because I'm growing flowers from seed there. So keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on Friday for another planty video. Bye!